Oh my God. Help!
Hey gang, Uncle Todd and Sonny here, and as you can see by our outfits, we are heading into some heavy-duty science fiction. For our Easter selection this year, we have Contamination. Now, why is Contamination a Easter movie? Alien eggs. Uh, it's also known as Alien Contamination. It was originally conceived under the title Alien on Earth. It was going to be a pseudo sequel to Alien, but they had to be a little careful. American companies are a bit litigious. And as with a lot of Italian films, although this is also Italian and West German production, we have an international cast. Headlining it is Ian McCullough, whose history we went over in our review last Thanksgiving for Zombie Flesh Eaters. We also have Louise Marlowe, who is a French-Canadian actress. Her only other genre film was The Possession of Virginia. Most of her work was in the area of dramas like In Praise of Older Women, Heartbreak, and Black Movie, which was a women's prison film. Our Italian star is Mario Massé, who was in the Burt Lancaster film The Leopard. He had quite a few genre credits, among others, such as Nightmare Castle with Barbara Steele, Lady Frankenstein, the Giallo Red Queen with the Red Queen Kills Seven, the not Mario, Dario Argento Giallo Tenebrae. Some of his other work included the international cult film The Night Porter, as well as the Italian espionage film starring Franco Nero, The Salamander, and he had a role in Francis Ford Coppola's Godfather Part 3. Our German contingent includes Siegfried Rauch, who did several krimis. I think that's the correct pronunciation. Post-war Germany had a real enthusiasm for the works of Edgar Wallace and adapted a ton of his books. He was in the adaptations of The College Girl Murders and The Zombie Walks. He's probably most familiar to American audiences for his appearance in war films like Patton, The Eagle Has Landed, Escape to Athena, and The Big Red One. And our final major actor, or I should say actress, is also German, Gisela Hahn. She was in such spaghetti westerns as They Call Me Trinity with Terence Hill and I just had his name. It's not Bert, it's not Joe. Bud Spencer. She was also in Here's Django, Pay or Die. The Italian Star Wars knockoff, Battle of the Stars. Jess Franco's cannibal film, Devil Hunter. and was in a thriller called Deadly Game. Now, much like zombie flesh eaters, we open in the harbor of New York City, in which a cargo ship, is speeding towards the harbor. Now, they manage to come out and stop it, and then tow it in, where they quarantine it to see what happened. They can't find any crew on board. So, our hero, what is his name? Lieutenant Ayres, along with some health inspector officials, go inside where they find some strange happenings were aboard.
Wonder where this door leads to. Shall we try it?
That's what we're here for.
You want to go first?
Come on, open it.
It's stuck.
Wow! That's gnarly. Oh, hi. Yeah. They keep finding crew members who look like their insides exploded outward. But that's nothing compared to what they found in the cargo hold.
Let's go. Whoever killed those men certainly wasn't coffee.
Hey, wait a minute. What's that over there? That's not coffee.
Bunch of sailors killed from mysterious means in a cargo full of weird large green eggs in cartons labeled as coffee. Well, I'm sure being health inspectors, they won't do anything stupid like poke it or something. Yeah. They would. That's disgusting. But sure it won't have any adverse effects. Just go with me on this. Oh, that was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Ugh. Well, luckily Ayres survives and he immediately calls the government. This is bad. So they immediately quarantine everyone. He gets taken into protective custody where all his clothes are burned and he is given enough contamination showers to float a battleship. We are also introduced to Colonel Holmes. Holmes? Yes, Holmes. And she immediately has all the eggs frozen. Although the one that exploded is brought back for examination. Where a scientist, because, we're able to do this, finds out what that thing contains.
Not an egg, but an intensive culture of unknown bacteria. Pathogenous perhaps, but definitely deadly.
Ah, the wire chewer has returned. How deadly is this? Well, to demonstrate, they inject it into a literal lab rat and it explodes. Science is rough on animals. Well, next best thing to do is go to where this place was supposed to be delivered. So the government raids the warehouse where it's full of eggs. And now they've got some people to question. Or not. Well, looks like it's back to the lab for some more exposition.
The cells of the eggs in question
have structures based on silicon, whereas all Earth organisms have cells that are based on carbon.
Earth organisms? I don't believe these belong to our planet.
This just about solves the mystery.
Outer space pods. This has sounded more like Invasion of the Body Snatchers than Alien. Wonder where they could have come from.
Closer, but don't you remember? The Mars mission. Hubbard, the English astronaut in the international project which first investigated the red planet, came back to Earth a little crazy. He said strange things had happened at the Martian pole.
A little crazy, huh? Well, there were two astronauts. Well, it turns out the other one's dead, and he said the guy was hallucinating, and they believed him instead of Hubbard. But now, maybe not so sure. So, thanks to Lieutenant Ares's police abilities, he manages to track down Hubbard, and Holmes goes to speak with him.
Do you recognize these?
Why are you bothering to torment me? I thought this case was over and done with long ago.
I really can't blame him for being bitter. But is he in for a shock?
Does this resemble what you saw?
But these are photographs. But there hasn't been another expedition to Mars.
No.
Well, that's enough for him to come out of his funk and tell what happened on Mars.
Hypnotic light. As it came towards us, I looked at Hamilton and his eye. He was beginning. Hamilton was beginning to. Hamilton!
I see it still affects him. That's some trauma there. Well, after going over Hamilton's testimony, he's actually a great liar. And he decides there's only one thing to do. Get permission to go investigate that coffee company in South America. Where in South America? No idea. They just say South America. Well, U.S. government, being its usual efficient self, gives them only 72 hours. 24 of which is taken up getting to South America. So it's Dr. Holmes, or Colonel Holmes, Lieutenant Ares, and reinstated Captain Hubbard. But their arrival is not unnoticed.
They're at the Grand Hotel. In 3 separate rooms. On the 2nd floor.
I don't know who the guy in the middle is, but he looks like a cop. The woman is Stella Holmes, a first-class mind.
Why the mystery over the big bad guy?
Oh, my old friend Hubbard, the last survivor of the Mars expedition. He's the only one we haven't gotten up to now. But his turn will come.
Hamilton! But he died in a car crash. Clever. Well, first things first, they got to get rid of Colonel Holmes. Not first-class mind, you know. Clever. Lock her in her bathroom with one of them there eggs. Although, wouldn't you think just throwing a shower curtain on top of it might keep you from getting hit?
Perhaps.
Yeah, well. Perhaps she's just a damsel in distress who needs to be rescued.
Could be.
escape needed. Someone just kicked down the door. But then we get some interesting information.
What's wrong?
The egg. The egg.
He's connected to the eggs. The mystery deepens. Well, knowing that they are been spotted on the island because they had an attempt made on them, while Holmes and Ares pose as coffee buyers to get a tour of the coffee processing plant, Hubbard will rent a plane and take a look at the coffee fields. But they were on to them from the start.
Now it's clear who cultivates those eggs. It's you, isn't it?
Yes, but I'm not alone.
I'm the head of the operation.
Oh no. Hubbard's plane with sabotage. It's crashed. He's probably dead, and the other two are captured, so there's no help coming.
Holy horseshoe!
Oh, he survived. That's a darn good pilot. Well, he heads out on foot towards the plant, where he finds the fields are just chock full of eggs. And then, when he sees the protected pickers coming to get some eggs, he seizes his chance.
Jim Carter.
Clever. Now he can just waltz right in, using the man's outfit. As for other two, well, they were tied up and left in a storage room where they confessed their feelings for each other and had a kiss to seal their fleeting romance. But then we have another surprise. It turns out Hamilton isn't actually the real brains of the operation.
Time for you to come
Where?
to the Cyclops.
What?
Ooh, the Cyclops. This is starting to get good now.
It is my master who creates the eggs. He grew out of a tiny seed that I brought back from Mars.
So, he brought this seed back and it grew into this big cyclopean thing, and then it puts out these eggs. For what purpose? I mean, all they do is rupture and cause whatever they touch to explode.
What's the purpose behind any living being? To grow, multiply, survive. Eat in order not to be eaten. Kill in order not to be killed. The strongest creature shall crush the weakest. That's the purpose.
Okay, that does make a certain amount of sense. I mean, even zombies procreate. Well, any that survive is another zombie, right? She hates it when I'm light. Another problem is it has a very hypnotic effect. That's why Hamilton was affected, but Hubbard had too strong a mind. Let's see how Ares does. Not too well. We're going to have to do some cross-cutting here. Let's see what's up with Hamilton.
Holy demolition! That's my dustpan.
Okay. Incubators and techs taken care of. Let's see how Holmes is doing. Okay, looks like Hubbard's going to have to move quick. If only he had something he could use as a bargaining chip.
Watch out! You shoot and you'll get her!
All right. We'll call it a draw.
Good thinking there. Now, why should he care? Oh, it's love. Looks like they're at a stalemate.
No! Hamilton, don't shoot! Don't do what the Cyclops wants! Don't shoot! No!
Darn that Cyclops. Didn't care about love. Does, however, give Hubbard his opportunity.
Hi, keeper.
Boy, those alien-possessed humans are pretty strong. I'm not sure that Hubbard's up to the challenge.
Jim Carter!
Oh, well, guess he was. Now he just has to rescue Stella. Oh, right in the eye. Oh, guess who shows up at this point? Wow. So not in the nick of time. Although, there is still Hamilton to deal with. You don't think, because of the symbiotic relationship, that he'll die with the Cyclops? Well, might as well get to the wrap-up exposition.
It wasn't his fault. Hamilton.
Check the upper floor.
No, the man you met, he was just an extension of that monster. Completely under its power from the moment that they first met one another in that Martian cave. He never returned to Earth. Yes, he's still up there. On Mars, the Cyclops star.
From now on, it'll be difficult to look at the sky without thinking that maybe somewhere up there There's something waiting.
Nice little thing to go out on. Well, what? There's more? Oh, he didn't. He did. Might as well see the setup for the sequel. And that was how it ended. Although no sequel ever came. Although he did do another Alien film. But it had no connection with this or the other one. Something about underground stuff. Anyway. Not a bad film. It was directed by Luigi Cozzi under his American name. Which I forgot to look up. Here, Louis Coates. That was his usual American nom de plume, which he used with a lot of films, like his Dario Argento documentary, Dario Argento, Master of Horror. He's best known for us Italian genre fans for his Star Wars knockoffs, Star Crash, and it's no way in connected pseudo-sequel follow-up, Escape from Galaxy 3. And he did the 3 Lou Ferrigno fantasy adventures, Hercules, The Adventures of Hercules, and Sinbad of the Seven Seas. Not bad. Got to work with the Incredible Hulk. How many people can say that? But yeah, I rather enjoy the film. It is an interesting hybrid of Alien and Invasion of the Body Snatchers, with some of the people that work with the Alien, like the workers that destroyed themselves in the New York warehouse, are kind of like zombie-like. Well, okay, not zombie, but sort of the old style that, just walked around and did the bidding of their master. She's very protective of the zombie name and who or what gets called zombie. You've been warned. Pretty good acting, all the the professionals and everything. Some good twists in there. Of course, the whole thing of Hamilton not being dead, that was kind of a giveaway. But the Cyclops was kind of interesting. I didn't expect that. It's a pretty good puppet of what we could see of it. They filmed it in a lot of dark, shadowy sets, so you couldn't see how fake it was, which, given the low budget, is probably wise. Now, Cozy was a huge sci-fi fan. Star Crash, which we might get to. That one, he was given the assignment to do a film like Star Wars. So he went out and bought the novelization, read it, and then wrote Star Crash, which, if you've ever seen Star Crash, has a lot of stuff thrown in from Star Wars. But he doesn't seem to understand science, if you've ever seen Star Crash. He just throws stuff in, and it's like, oh, sure, they can do it. It's science fiction. We will stop time. How? Doesn't say. He just does it. And it's kind of same here. I mean, the big thing from Alien was, of course, the chest bursting scene where the alien comes up out of John Hurt and then escapes into the ship and grows to full-size adulthood while the crew tries to find and destroy it. Here, because that's the big thing, the chest bursting, that's all the alien does. It just gets goop that it throws on people and their chest bursts and they fall over dead. Why? No explanation. It's just, that cool sci-fi thing that they did in Alien, so we'll do it here. And it's a bit of a detriment to the film, because even with the explanation of that's just what they do, lays eggs, the eggs burst. Whatever humans come in contact with it or animal life, it gets destroyed, and the other creature lays more eggs. That's not really procreation. The seed it grew from is the procreation, so shouldn't they have seeds? Yeah. The other stuff in the film I like. I like the mystery of, where the eggs came from, getting down and heading to South America. That's another thing. They just say South America. There's a lot of countries in South America, and not all of them produce coffee, so could be a little specific. But I guess they didn't want to upset like Colombia or Argentina or anything. But yeah, I like the mystery aspect of it, and the reveal about halfway through of the dead astronaut not being dead but under an assumed name. Pretty good reveal. And I kind of like the fact that he is totally possessed by the alien and does its bidding. That's pretty cool. He gets some great speeches of very, he's fermenting with pride and, what does any species do? And of course, you always got the great Ian McCullough, who, although wasn't all that looking upon his sci-fi work as all that good, he had a lot of fans from these. A lot. And wow, a lot of gore. Even in this cut down TV version, a lot of gore. Can't believe they showed some of that on TV. Must have been late at night. But yeah, very, very well done. Low budget Italian knockoff. Well, that's really about all I have to say about this one. Please hit like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Stay after credits for my favorite scene.